From elite forces that partner with dolphins, akin to heroes like Aquaman, to the most intense training techniques among the deadliest special units. While some use dolphins for their missions, others train in ways that include shooting each other. Join us as we explore these top 10 deadliest military special forces worldwide. Before we begin, this list is classified, so don't tell anyone that we told you. It might get us into serious problems. Number 1. Navy SEALs, USA. In the heart of American military might, where the ocean meets the battlefield, lies a brotherhood forged in fire and tested in the crucible of hell, the Navy SEALs. The SEALs were born from the ashes of World War II. The SEALs were conceived as an amphibious shock force, a breed of warriors equally adept in the water, on land, and behind enemy lines. From the grueling training camps of Coronado to their first deployments in Vietnam, the SEALs established their reputation for unwavering courage, adaptability, and the relentless pursuit of victory. The SEALs' history is etched with both glorious victories and whispers of controversy. From the daring raid that killed Osama bin Laden to the liberation of Iraqi prisoners in Fallujah, their operations have become legends, showcasing their unmatched skills and unwavering determination. Navy SEALs. The name alone evokes images of unwavering courage, superhuman endurance, and an almost mythical ability to operate in the most hostile environments. But to earn the coveted trident emblem is to walk a path paved with pain, a crucible designed to test the limits of body and mind. The candidates for BUD-S, the Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL, is the grueling 24-week training program that transforms aspiring individuals into the elite Navy SEALs. The candidates are pushed to their absolute breaking point. Endless miles of sand runs, punishing obstacle courses, and grueling pool workouts test their physical limits. Sleep deprivation becomes a constant companion, gnawing at their sanity and pushing their resolve to the edge. Blindfolded and disoriented, the candidates navigate the labyrinthine underwater tunnels of La Jolla Caves, their lungs burning, claustrophobia clawing at their minds. They must rely on touch and instinct to find their way out, pushing their physical and mental limits to the breaking point. Only the strongest, the most resilient, the most driven survive. They learn to operate in every environment, from the frigid Pacific waters to the scorching deserts of the Middle East, mastering weapons, tactics, and survival skills beyond the reach of ordinary soldiers. Hell Week, the infamous crucible of BUD-S training. 6 days and nights of relentless physical and mental torture, designed to break the weak and reveal the true warriors. Sleep deprivation, constant cold, grueling exercises, and psychological pressure push the candidates to the brink of collapse. It is a test of their will, their determination, their very identity. Only those who can endure the seemingly unbearable will emerge from Hell Week, forever changed, forever bonded to their fellow survivors. The SEALs' legacy extends far beyond the battlefield. Their training methods are sought after and emulated by other special forces units around the world. Their ethos of teamwork, leadership, and unwavering commitment inspires countless young men and women. As the world evolves, so too do the SEALs, constantly honing their skills and adapting to new threats to safeguard America's interests. Number 2. The Special Air Service, or SAS. The SASs are the ghosts in the machine, the tip of the spear, the ultimate weapon in the UK's arsenal. Born in the scorching heat of the North African desert during World War II, the SAS was the brainchild of the unconventional David Sterling. Frustrated by the rigidness of traditional warfare, he envisioned a unit that could operate behind enemy lines, striking with lightning speed and disappearing into the shadows. This daring vision gave birth to the SS, a unit unlike any other. If you are a man hoping to join the Special Air Service, SAS, the UK's elite Special Forces unit, the SAS will give you the toughest training program on Earth. Only the strongest, the most resourceful, the most ruthless survive. You should learn to operate in every environment, from freezing mountains to sun-baked deserts, mastering weapons, tactics, and survival skills beyond the reach of ordinary soldiers. The training includes navigating a pitch-black forest blindfolded, relying on touch and instinct to follow your compass. In the confined space of the kill house, they learn to fight like cornered wolves, disarming and neutralizing enemies with lightning speed and deadly precision. But the most brutal test awaits: the legendary escape and evasion exercise. Lost and hunted in the unforgiving mountains of Snowdonia, the candidates must evade capture for days on end, living off the land, using their ingenuity and survival skills to stay one step ahead of their pursuers. They fight the elements, their own doubts, and the constant threat of capture. Only a handful will emerge, back to their victory, from the daring Iranian embassy siege in London to the covert operations in Northern Ireland. Their missions have become legends. Number 3. Sayeret Matkal, Israel. Born in 1957 from the mind of a visionary officer, Sayeret Matkal was conceived as a clandestine reconnaissance unit, tasked with venturing behind enemy lines and gathering vital intelligence. Sayeret Matkal, a special force that contains roughly from 200 to 300 operatives. Forged in the fires of conflict, these elite warriors operate in the shadows, their missions as daring as they are dangerous. Sayeret Matkal's expertise is as diverse as their missions. They are masters of hostage rescue, having stormed hijacked planes and liberated hostages from daring raids. They excel in counter-terrorism, infiltrating enemy networks and dismantling terror cells before they strike. From the Entebbe raid, where they snatched hostages from under the nose of a ruthless dictator, to Operation Orchard, where they neutralized a nuclear threat in Syria. Sayeret Matkal's operations are etched in the annals of military history. Sayeret Matkal, a name whispered with awe, feared by enemies. To join its ranks is to walk a path forged in fire, a crucible that tests the limits of body and mind. So, if you are asking about their training, it is classified, but we will give you a heads up. Here is the tip of the iceberg. By day, the recruits are huddled in the mud, faces streaked with camouflage paint, sweat dripping from their brows. The recruits push themselves through grueling exercises, endless runs, punishing obstacle courses, and weapons drills under the blazing sun. They train in every terrain, mastering the art of survival in the harshest conditions. They are taught to think like predators, to move like ghosts, and to strike with the precision of a desert viper. Every skill, every muscle, honed to a razor's edge. They wield state-of-the-art weapons, employ cutting-edge communication systems, and utilize unorthodox tactics to achieve their objectives. Stealth, deception, and surprise are their weapons, leaving their enemies disoriented and defeated. Before we continue with the list, subscribe and hit the bell icon, so you will be the first to see our video. Number 4. Alpha Group. We all know Russia's military is not an ordinary military, but the Alpha Group is like its name. Established from the crucible of the KGB in 1974, Alpha Group was a direct response to the Munich massacre, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of Soviet citizens abroad. Handpicked from the best of the best, these men were molded into an elite unit, trained in the shadows to operate without mercy in the face of terrorism and political upheaval. Alpha Group's versatility is its strength. They are the nightmares of everything that stands in the way of Russia's interest. Hostage rescue is their dance on a knife's edge, a ballet of precision and speed, bringing innocence back from the brink. But their skills go beyond, encompassing sabotage, reconnaissance, and even covert assassination missions, all executed with the ruthless efficiency of a well-oiled machine. Alpha Group's history is a tapestry woven with threads of both glory and shadows. Their successful operations, like the storming of the hijacked Aeroflot flight in 1983, cemented their reputation as Russia's ultimate counter-terrorism force. However, their involvement in controversial incidents like the Beslan school siege raises questions about the cost of their actions and the boundaries of acceptable tactics. The operation claimed the lives of 333 individuals, including 186 children, making it the deadliest school shooting in history. To wear the coveted Alpha Group beret is to endure a crucible unlike any other. The selection process is a brutal test of physical and mental fortitude, pushing candidates beyond their perceived limits and forging them into a brotherhood of unwavering discipline and ruthlessness. Alpha Group training is said to be incredibly intense, with instructors using verbal abuse and even physical violence to push candidates to their limits. Only the most exceptional, the most resourceful, the most unflinching will earn the right to call themselves Alpha. Unlike any normal people or even other Deadliest special forces, these guys shoot real bullets at each other, hopping the bulletproof vests. Hold on. They say they did this just to get confidence. Alpha Group isn't just about brute force. It's about precision and adaptation. They wield cutting-edge weaponry, from silenced pistols to high-tech drones. Number 5. Delta Force. They are again from the USA. Born in the crucible of the 1977 Iranian hostage crisis, Delta Force was a direct response to America's vulnerability in the face of international terrorism. Handpicked from the best of the best, these men were molded into an elite unit, trained to operate in the shadows, handle the unthinkable, and succeed where others would fail. They are masters of counter-terrorism, hunting down and neutralizing high-value targets before they strike. Their skills extend beyond, encompassing high-risk reconnaissance, covert operations, and even assassination missions, all shrouded in the utmost secrecy. The scars of war are etched into Delta Force's very being. From the brutal streets of Mogadishu to the treacherous mountains of Afghanistan, their operations have become legends. To earn the coveted Black Beret is to become a legend, a warrior forged in the fires of the most brutal training program on Earth. The candidates are pushed to their absolute limits. They learn to operate in every environment, from freezing mountains to sweltering jungles, mastering weapons, tactics, and survival skills beyond the reach of ordinary soldiers. CQC training is a brutal ballet of violence. In the confined space of the kill house, they learn to fight like cornered wolves, disarming and neutralizing enemies with lightning speed and cold efficiency. But the most brutal test awaits. The infamous Robin Sage exercise, a simulated enemy village swarming with hostile forces. The candidates, disguised as foreign nationals, must infiltrate, gather intelligence, and escape with their lives. They fight, they bleed, they push their bodies and minds beyond what they thought possible. The remaining candidates stand before their commander, their faces etched with exhaustion and pride. The Black Berets are placed upon their heads, a symbol of their sacrifice, their resilience, their membership in the most elite fighting force on Earth. They are the few, the proud, the deadliest, and they stand ready to face any threat, anywhere, anytime. Number 6. Grom, Poland. Born in the wake of the Cold War's fall, Grom emerged from a burning desire to safeguard Poland's newfound independence. Inspired by elite Western units like the SAS and Delta Force, these hand-picked warriors were trained to excel in the shadows, where traditional tactics falter and unconventional warfare reigns supreme. Grom is a chameleon, adapting to any threat and terrain. Counter-terrorism is their battlefield, where they infiltrate networks, neutralize targets, and prevent attacks before they even begin. Hostage rescue is their ballet, a delicate dance of precision and speed, bringing innocence back from the brink. To wear the coveted Grom Beret is to endure a crucible unlike any other. The selection process is a physical and psychological gauntlet, pushing candidates beyond their perceived limits and testing their resilience, resourcefulness, and unwavering commitment. Only the strongest, the most resourceful, the most disciplined survive. They learn to operate in every environment, from frozen swamps to sun-scorched deserts. Number 7. GIGN, Time for France Army, GIGN, the Groupe d'Intervention de la Gendarmerie Nationale. They are the silent guardians, the masters of the unexpected, the tip of the spear in the face of unimaginable threats. Born in the crucible of the Algerian War, GIGN was forged in the fires of urban conflict and hostage rescue. These early experiences shaped their identity, instilling in them a unique blend of precision, improvisation, and unwavering determination. From the streets of Algiers to the halls of Paris, GIGN established itself as a national safeguard, a force ready to face any threat, anywhere. GIGN's history is etched with both glorious victories and whispers of sacrifice. From the daring rescue of Air France Flight 139 to the neutralization of terrorists at the Hypercacher Kosher supermarket in Paris, their operations have become legends, showcasing their unparalleled skill and resilience. To wear the coveted GIGN badge is to become a legend, a warrior forged in the furnace of the most rigorous selection process on Earth. Endless miles of forced marches across unforgiving terrain, sleep deprivation bordering on torture, and combat simulations so realistic they blur the lines between training and reality. Only the strongest, the most resourceful, the most relentless survive. They push the candidates to their breaking points, testing not just their physical strength, but their mental resilience, their ability to think and act under immense pressure, and their unwavering commitment to their mission. Number 8. Shayatet 13, also known as Flotilla 13. Shayatet 13's history is a tapestry woven with threads of both glorious victories and whispered secrets. Their daring raid on Entebbe Airport in 1976, freeing hostages from the clutches of hijackers, cemented their legendary status. However, their involvement in covert operations and the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict raise questions about the cost of their actions and the boundaries of acceptable tactics. To wear the coveted dolphin badge is to become a ghost, a warrior forged in the crucible of the most intense naval special forces training in the world. The candidates are pushed to their absolute limits. Endless hours of physical conditioning, grueling underwater obstacle courses, and combat simulations so realistic they blur the lines between training and real-world danger. Sleep deprivation becomes a constant companion, gnawing at their sanity and pushing their resolve to the edge. They learn to operate in every aquatic environment, from frigid Arctic waters to scorching Red Sea coral reefs, mastering weapons, tactics, and survival skills beyond the reach of ordinary soldiers. CQC training takes on a whole new dimension underwater. In the confined spaces of the training pool, they learn to fight like sharks, disarming and neutralizing enemies with lightning speed and deadly precision, all while holding their breath and navigating the murky depths. This whole thing is nothing compared with the most brutal test that awaits. The legendary Operation Dolphin's Kiss exercise. Deployed on a simulated enemy vessel in international waters, the candidates must infiltrate, gather intelligence, and escape without detection. Every move is a gamble, every decision a potential life-or-death scenario. Only a handful will emerge, their bodies scarred, their minds honed to a razor's edge, forever marked by the crucible of Shayatet 13 training. They use dolphins for underwater reconnaissance and communication, which is a unique and fascinating aspect of their training. Shayatet 13. They wield cutting-edge weaponry, from silenced underwater pistols to sophisticated drones. Their submarines are technological marvels, operating in the depths unseen and unheard. The last two might not be as strong as the above special force, but still, they outrank 185 countries. Number 9. Marcos, Marine Commandos. In the heart of India's hidden defense lies a force as elusive as the tides, the Marine Commandos, also known as Marcos. Born from the ashes of the 1971 war, Marcos was a response to a nation's need for an elite amphibious unit capable of striking from the sea, striking with precision, and disappearing into the shadows. Inspired by the legendary Navy SEALs, these hand-picked warriors were trained to thrive in the ocean, the desert, and the urban jungle, becoming masters of versatility and surprise attacks. Marcos is a chameleon, blending seamlessly from the depths of the ocean to the urban jungle. Counter-terrorism, hunting down militants and pirates, and hostage rescue is their delicate dance of speed and precision. But their skills go beyond, encompassing sabotage, reconnaissance, and even covert assassination missions, all executed with the signature Indian spirit of unwavering determination. Their daring rescue of hostages from the hijacked Indian Airlines flight in 1999 cemented their reputation as India's ultimate counter-terrorism force. To be like them is like being invisible, which comes from training. Before becoming Marcos, Marine Commandos, they are pushed to their absolute limits. Endless miles of beach runs with heavy rucks, grueling underwater obstacle courses, and combat simulations. Marine Commandos learn to operate in every aquatic environment, from icy Himalayan rivers to scorching Thar desert lagoons, mastering weapons, tactics, and survival skills beyond the reach of ordinary soldiers. Number 10. Pakistan's Special Service Group, or SSG. They are the guardians of the nation. Born from the crucible of the 1965 war, the SSG was a response to a nation's need for an elite unit capable of operating in the harshest terrain and confronting the most challenging threats. Inspired by Western special forces like the SAS and Delta Force, these hand-picked warriors were trained to thrive in the mountains, the deserts, and the urban jungle, becoming masters of adaptability and improvisation. The SSG's history is etched with glorious victories. Their daring raid against the hijacked PIA plane in 1971 and their successful operations against militants in Swat and North Waziristan cemented their reputation as Pakistan's ultimate counter-terrorism force. SSG's training and selection process. Yep, it is not normal. It includes endless miles of mountain hikes with heavy packs, grueling obstacle courses that test every muscle, and combat simulations. Sleep deprivation gnaws at their minds, and exhaustion weighs on their limbs, but they push on, driven by an iron will. Only the most unwavering will earn the right to call themselves SSG. This is their story, a legacy forged in fire, their service a constant promise that even in the darkest corners of the world, there are those who stand guard, unseen. Thanks for watching. That is all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, if love this video, and share it with a friend who loves the military.